So now what we're trying to do is come up with questions and maybe even a few statements that will create curiosity, build curiosity into interest. Because until they're curious, they're not going to have interest. And if they don't have interest, you're still going to be in that who you are, what you do, and they have to match it to what they face, the things that they care about. What we have to do is build up some pain, some fear of missing out, some opportunity cost that they are not thinking about right now. So this is what they're thinking about. What is it like? Have I already got this covered? Is it my issue or somebody else's? How is this different than any other current approach that I'm doing? And is it a must-have? We always have to position what we're doing as a must-have, must-do now. Otherwise, it never gets done. So here's some examples. And these are going to be so dependent on your particular product, market, and customer. So this is why the two one-on-ones are critical, so that you can try these out, get a second opinion on them, and maybe some suggestions from somebody who's done this forever. What if it was possible to? Now think about this, applying it just to this course or to any of the other courses. What if it was possible to come up with some magic questions that would naturally flow through your sales calls to build curiosity, interest, urgency, and action, to actually get somebody to do something? As opposed to what are most sales calls like? There's a little bit of discovery. You present, they ask questions, they object, they ask for a quote, and it really doesn't flow, and there's really no must-have. The urgency is kind of up to them. This is your way of controlling the call and moving it in the direction that you want to take it. So what if it was possible to have your week full of new opportunities without any cold calling or cold emailing? That sounds good, doesn't it? How's that compare against what you're doing now? So then what are they going to be thinking about? They're going to be thinking about how it's different. So unlike what you're doing now, you could be, filling up your whole week with beautiful new opportunities with your ideal customer profile. What if the natural process was with that scales? What if it could scale? And the what if question gets people to block out the natural objection. So what if works pretty well. Also, what if you had a magic wand? What if that wasn't in the way? What if you ran the world? It gets people away from the little box that they live in today and gets them thinking about what is possible if they had control. And at this stage, what you're trying to do is just open their mind up to think in a different way, to crack through their definition of what is good or what it works or what they should be doing. Oh, this one's really a good one. When was the last time you had a week full of great qualified meetings? When was the last time you crushed your quota? When was the last time you blew away your number for the year? When was the last time you made $500,000, $1 million a year? This gets people testing their evaluation. This builds curiosity, and that's what we want, because then we can start developing interest. Have you ever wondered what it would be like if? Have you ever wondered what it'd be like making $500,000 a year, having a week full of qualified meetings, not having to prospect, being able to outsource a lot of your menial tasks, being able to understand if a deal's going to close, have the judgment to know where it is and where it's going and what to do? What would it be like if you doubled your income? There's a great example. How does it affect you and others? Now, this is critical because now this is building into interest, because they're thinking about if they don't do this, it's not only going to affect them, but it's going to affect others, because people are more cautious and concerned about how people view them than they are about just their own job. So take these questions and apply them to what you sell. Prioritize them, maybe play with them, and then cross off or prioritize them in the order that you think they would be most effective. And then we can review them and maybe try them on somebody else and ask yourself, how curious is this making the other person?